34-year-old middleweight, 160 pounds. He's 31-3 with 16 KOs. Losses to, of course, Gennady Golovkin, Darren Barker, and Anthony Chalk Mundine. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. 157 pounds, according to Boxing Scene, is the catch weight. And it looks like Miguel Cotto is going to be taking on Daniel Geale June 6, 2015 in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. It is not known yet if it's going to be on HBO. Basically, put it this way. I've been in the loop with what's been going on, but at the same time been really busy, so I haven't been giving you daily or multiple updates per week. But basically last week or so, Miguel Cotto's manager confirmed that HBO would be picking up the fight, but yet we haven't heard anything back from HBO. So if there was, basically if this is to be official, we know that on June the 13th, Timothy Bradley is supposed to be fighting likely Jesse Vargas or K9 Bundrich, but likely Jesse Vargas. June the 6th, you have Miguel Cotto taking on Daniel Geale, and then on June the 20th, you have a Barclays Center card that may feature Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, maybe. But we're going to get all those videos out of the way. You know, this week is going to be a very fruitful week here on T Street Controversy. T Street Controversy Live is April the 13th, 2015. RealCombatMedia.com. I look at it like this: catch weight 157 pounds against Daniel Geale. You can look at him as being, and I'm quoting my editor at RealCombatMedia.com, as a measuring stick for the Gennady Golovkin fight. So, for example, Daniel Geale got his face smashed in by Golovkin, and now Cotto's fighting him, you know, to see how he can do against him, but yet it's going to be at the catch weight. You get me? Now, I got to do a little bit more research, but in my opinion, I don't believe that Daniel Geale has ever fought below the 158 pounds, even though the limit is 160. Daniel Geale is not going to pose a threat puncher-wise, but yet is a credible name. You got to remember that this is Miguel Cotto's voluntary defense. Remember, pretty much, he won the title, he's getting his voluntary, and this year he has to fight Gennady Golovkin unless they reach an expensive buyout. Then after that, Tureano Johnson or Jorge Heiland. Now, we've been hearing the name Jorge Heiland a lot. Why? Let me make sure I fix my air because we're going to talk for a little bit. We've been hearing Jorge Heiland a lot. Why? Because Jorge Heiland and Cotto have the same manager. Jorge Heiland is ranked #1 by the WBC. Tureano Johnson is above him with the WBC Silver, and then you got Gennady Golovkin, who's the WBC Interim, and Cotto, who's the the WBC recognized champion. So as it stands right now, Cotto does not have to fight Tureano Johnson. Tureano Johnson is going after, I just checked on his Twitter. He's going after Jorge Heiland. He has to petition the WBC, and I'm glad he found out about that. But as far as Cotto fighting Daniel Geale is ranked in the top 15 by the WBC. And you're thinking, how is he getting another title shot after losing to Golovkin when he, but at the same time, that's how the records work. And also, if you don't know, Daniel Geale in his last fight beat a very credible, well, he used to be as far as very good amateur boxer, Jared Fletcher. Jared Fletcher took his first loss to Billy Joe Saunders. Americans may know him by getting beat down by Daniel Jacobs, but that was Daniel Geale's last win. So he did have a bounce-back win, a very good bounce-back win, pretty much beating up Jared Fletcher. And it was a good fight. I didn't get to watch it live because of network broadcasting issues, but I did get to check it out. A very good bounce-back fight for him. So, now that he's getting Cotto, now none of this is officially confirmed, but basically, it's looking like it's like 90% it's going to happen. So about within 24 hours after this video, you should see some word that it's official or confirmed. But like I said, I know exactly what's going on, but I don't want to sit here all day and, start getting all deep into the politics and everything. But what you should know is that Cotto is a Rock Nation fighter. Basically, Cotto and his fighters will be working with Rock Nation Sports and no longer with Top Rank. The split with Top Rank was kind of bitter, so therefore you had to cancel out Cotto fighting potential Top Rank fighters for at least the moment. They may work with each other in the future, but right now, you know, we don't know. Catchweight 157 pounds. A lot of fans wanted to see Cotto fight a full 160-pound fight and not at no catchweight or nothing like that. You know, if it was going to be as voluntary, I would have loved to see him fight at full 160 pounds. Tureano Johnson, in my opinion, would have just been too tough for him. Jorge Heiland would have been too tricky. Also, Jorge Heiland is a southpaw. And what else? If Cotto does win against Daniel Geale has a chance to maybe win on the cards, but I doubt it. If Cotto does win against Daniel Geale, then you can expect for the Golovkin fight to be at a catchweight of like 155 or 156, and that's for real. You know, because he just wants, you know, and fans, we're going to accept it. We may act like, you know, and talk all the shit about it being a catchweight and everything, but we're going to accept it. So, there's so much going on with this situation, but the good thing is, June the 6th, Barclays Center, I will be there. Yes, I will. Having some issues with a certain fight right now, but we're going to talk about that at a later date. I'm T Street Controversy with RealCombatMedia.com, the fastest growing YouTube boxing channel on YouTube, period. T Street Controversy on Twitter, T Street Controversy on Instagram, T Street Controversy on RealCombatMedia.com. Shout out to the new fast growing team. We got a lot of things going on. Not going to say names just yet, but you will see them at the events. T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live.